Welcome to Barkhausen Nature Bites. Today we're going to be talking about something that's really fun to do in your own backyard, and that's feeding wild birds. And backyard bird feeding is a really great fun activity to do, not just in the winter months where a lot of us might do that, but really all throughout the year. And there's a lot to backyard bird feeding. It's a popular hobby, and I won't be able to cover it all in one video, so I'll actually break this up into several videos. This first one is when I talk about what kind of food to put out, and in future videos I'll talk about what kind of feeders and what kind of birds you might get to your feeders in your backyard. But again, it's a really fun thing to do. You start learning about the variety of bird species you have in your own backyard you might never have realized. And especially this winter when you're stuck in the house, you got some bad weather days, it's kind of nice to put some feeders out there, watch different kind of birds. It's really kind of a source of entertainment. It's like watching bird flicks out there in your backyard. All different kind of things happen in your feeders. So let's talk about food. What should you put out to feed your wild birds? Bird seed's number one on that list. You know, birds aren't going to be coming to your backyard to sing you a song, get you dressed for a ball like some cartoon. They're looking probably for some food. So there's lots of varieties of seed out there, but if I had to pick just one, I'm going to black oil sunflower seed. That's liked by a lot of birds. Most of the bird species that eat seeds are going to be eating black oil sunflower seed. So cardinals, chickadees, nuthatches, your finches, woodpeckers, quite a large variety. There's also striped sunflower, which is eaten by blue jays and woodpeckers usually, and cardinals, usually larger birds. So it's not as liked as by as many birds, but it's still a good one to put out, especially if you mix it with some black oil sunflower seed. Now the drawback to black oil sunflower seed is sometimes, well, what's going to happen, not sometimes, all the time, is that the birds are going to crack it, get that little kernel inside of it, and the shell drops down to the ground. Makes kind of a mess sometimes. If you don't want that, you can actually buy sunflower seed without the shells. They call it hulled sunflower, sunflower hearts, sunflower chips. And it's nice because you won't have a mess left over after the birds eat it. It is a little more expensive, so that's kind of a drawback with the sunflower chips, hearts, or hulled sunflower. Another good one to put out, a couple of them, are white millet. It's a very small little round seed, and also cracked corn. These are really good for those ground feeding birds. So sparrows, mourning doves, juncos in the wintertime, we call them snowbirds sometimes. Those are really good for those ground feeding birds. And usually when you get these seeds are in a mix of that sunflower seed, it works out pretty good. Another good one to put out, especially for finches, is going to be Niger or thistle seed. A lot of us call it thistle. It's a little bit different, actually quite a bit different than the weed that grows around here. It's actually Niger seed. It's imported, it's sterilized, so it can't germinate. It's different than the weed thistle we see around like the roads and stuff around here. But Niger seed is really good for finches, so goldfinches, purple finches, pine siskins, redpolls, if they come down for the winter, they love that Niger thistle seed. It's really small too, it's a small little black seed. If I'm going to be honest, it kind of reminds me of mouse droppings a little bit, but it's a good one for the birds. Safflower seed, that's a good one if you have problems with squirrels or blackbirds. Squirrels and blackbirds really aren't a big fan of the safflower seed. It's a small little white seed, kind of like sunflower, but a little bit smaller. It is liked by cardinals and chickadees and finches. It's not as well liked, I would say, as black oil sunflower. Black oil sunflower has a little more fat in it, so for birds, especially in winter, they kind of prefer this. But if you have a lot of problems with squirrels and blackbirds eating all your seed, this is a good problem solver. Just feed it straight. You'll still get those birds, but not the blackbirds and squirrels. And trust me, there's a whole slew of options out there about how to not get squirrels to your feeders, and I'll get that maybe a little bit later. A couple things you probably should watch out for whenever you're feeding bird seed. Watch out for seeds like milo or like grain seeds like oats, wheat, or canary seed. Milo is liked by birds out west, not so much birds around our area, Wisconsin, or out east. So Milo, I probably wouldn't be putting around here. It's probably just going to get kicked down the ground. Same thing with oats and weeds and canary seed. What's going to happen is the birds, the chickadees and other native ones we have around here in Wisconsin, really around the eastern United States, they're going to kick all those grain seeds down to the ground to get to the sunflower. And what's going to happen is you're probably going to get a lot of sparrows. And I would talk about sparrows. There's house sparrows, ones in the city that aren't native. They can kind of take over your bird feeder, or a lot of doves and stuff like that, maybe a lot of blackbirds. They're going to go for those grain seeds that get kicked down to the ground. So kind of watch out for those mixes. You know, when I'm looking to get bird seed, I'm going black oil sunflower, maybe mixing with some millet, cracked corn, and I'm doing some Niger seed and a little finch feeder for the finches. So another fun food to put out, and I know a lot of you are probably thinking, I want to put some fat out for the birds. That'd be awesome, right? Well, rendered beef fat, suet, is a great thing to put out for woodpeckers and chickadees and nuthatches. They love that beef fat. I mean, who doesn't like some fat, right? But especially in the winter, it helps keep those birds warm. It helps them survive through the winter months. And you can get suet with peanuts and seeds and all sorts of fun stuff. I've even seen some suet with actually bugs in there. And speaking of bugs, they really get ambitious and you want to try something fun. You can actually feed freeze-dried mealworms or live mealworms. Just keep them in your fridge. And I know probably you're thinking that, why would I want to have bugs in my fridge? But let's face it, we're in Wisconsin. We probably have some wax worms or some spikes or worms in our fridge anyway. Mealworms, what's the difference? But birds love them, especially birds that don't eat bird seed. So bluebirds or robins, those insect-eating birds, they love those freeze-dried or live mealworms. It's kind of fun food to put out really all year long as well. So you can see there's a lot more to feeding birds than just throwing out some old like bread or some cereal, although birds are a huge fan of shredded wheat. But there's a lot more to it than that. This is just the tip of the beak about bird feeding. I want to talk more about the types of bird feeders you put out and also kind of birds you might see at your feeder, and I'll do that in some future videos. So we'll just kind of call this, we're just planting some seeds for a really fun activity. Thanks for watching Barkhausen Nature Bites.